The Land of Sky region has a superb educational ecosystem. Along the full continuum from early education to post-secondary opportunities, our institutions and their leaders are passionate about collaborating for the sake of scalable successes that can close the opportunity gaps for the students of today and tomorrow. What's missing from this collective commitment is the input from those who are at the very heart of everything we do. That input must come from students. The P20 Council established a student ambassador program to create a conduit of which students could raise their voices, be advocates for their friends and communities, and work with leaders to fill that void. We are so excited to now have a model for their voices to intersect with our collaborative efforts so that their firsthand experiences, challenges, and suggestions for growth can be a core component of our work along the educational continuum. These videos highlight some of the conversations we had with student ambassadors in our region, and it's the P20 Council's hope that their voices can be a catalyst for advocacy so that we can positively effectuate the future of the Land of Sky educational ecosystem.
Well, there's the obvious one, the big hurricane that happened that brought a lot of problems.
The hurricane caused us to lose a lot of valuable class time, and the loss made it difficult to cover all the material we needed.
We have felt a lack of support from faculty. We have just kind of felt a little let down by how soon we came back.
I felt like a lot of students did feel very disconnected and just very worried.
My home was flooded during the hurricane, which made it pretty challenging to balance getting personal life back on track while also trying to re-engage with all of my classes.
And we had to overcome these challenges, like the physical and emotional loss we had.
For the Hispanic and Latino community, during the hurricane, there was a lot of resources and information being sent out, but almost all of that information was being sent out solely in English. I volunteer with El Centro, which is a Latino coalition here in Merced County. At El Centro, we helped a lot with FEMA applications, and we really made an effort to make sure that those resources were available in Spanish, because these families are also struggling, but they lack that ability to communicate with us due to a language barrier. Even though they're within our own county, there's still that distance issue and there's still that miscommunication factor.
Some people also talked about college and career readiness.
They really didn't have a lot of information on deadlines in terms of scholarships and stuff like that, and college applications.
The communication isn't really there between students and teachers about where to find scholarships.
And I also kind of felt that as well. In reality, it should be the school preparing you, to go to that next step.
I definitely think that there needs to be more emphasis on how student loans work, student loan interest, student loan forgiveness.
A lot of times students believe they can't go to college, but my school, North Henderson High School, hosted a FAFSA night. They made a folder for every student to come, for every senior, that has all the information for CFNC, the scholarships, the deadlines, who can qualify for them. And I think that is just amazing. I feel like if we approach it with a more personalized outlook, we can make sure that we're properly providing these resources for the students.
I know it might sound a little harsh, but I think I'm most excited about leaving my house.
Getting to leave my hometown and learn how to be independent.
I'm just excited to leave.
I plan to go to ROTC college.
I actually want to be a pilot, so it's perfect because it's flight training as well as paying for my college.
The choices I'll probably find myself with might not be the easiest, but they're definitely exciting.
After college, starting a family and getting my dream job and everything. I think it will be good for me, mentally, academically, and physically to be in just a new setting and experience what life is like in other areas around other people and with other academic opportunities.
Say ultimately just give yourself some more grace and patience.
I try not to worry too much about the future. The most important thing for me is just to focus on what I'm doing right now.
To be involved in more things, kind of just throw herself in more things.
Put yourself out there and being nice to everyone that you meet.
Focus on building good habits young and surround yourself with positive influences, and don't be afraid to ask for help.